On this edition of UCF Sports Night, coming through in the clutch, we introduce you to women's soccer's Courtney Whitten. And head baseball coach Terry Rooney stops by to give us the details on his nationally ranked recruiting class. All that and more next on UCF Sports Night.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of UCF Sports Night. I'm Jeff Sharon. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've got a big show for you today, and we kick things off with the women's soccer team coming home as a ranked team for the first time this season and starting their home conference schedule at the UCF Soccer Complex. First up on the slate, the UAB Blazers. Let's take a look at what happened. The home conference opener for the Knights got off to a great start thanks to Courtney Whitten. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, watch Becca Thomas find Courtney the beautiful redirect, and that gives the Knights a 1-0 lead. Then 10 minutes later, Nicolette Radovcic gets a break, and watch another gorgeous pass to Whitten, who just taps that one into the back of the net. 2-0 Knights. Yvonne George would get another goal in the final seconds, and UCF starts conference play with a 3-1 victory over UAB.
The first one was off a corner kick. Ball got cleared back out to Becca, and then Becca just, again, found me perfect, and I just put it in my head. And then the second one, Nick made a great run down the sidelines. I just popped off the defender, and, you know, easy goal. She gave it to me perfectly. All I got to do is finish it.
Earlier in the week, another strong effort in a tough field for the men's golf team at the Adams Cup of Newport in Rhode Island. The Knights finished 7th overall. Once again, Simon Ward and Nuno Enriquez finished in the top 30 individually. Meanwhile, men's soccer traveled down to FAU for a non-conference matchup. This one ended in a scoreless draw. Sean Doyle stopped 2 shots for his second career shutout. Up in North Carolina, volleyball continued conference play at East Carolina. And history for UCF as Erin Campbell recorded both her 1,000th kill and 1,000th dig of her career against the Pirates. She's just the 4th Knight in program history to reach both of those marks. For the evening, she recorded 18 kills and 20 digs, but even that was not enough as the Knights go down in 4 to East Carolina. The very next day in Greenville, the football team took on ECU. Another solid night for Bryn Harvey with 71 yards and a score on the ground. Also, A.J. Guyton had career highs with 9 catches for 119 yards. But even though UCF recovered an onside kick in the final moments, it was ECU who handed UCF its second loss on the season. Final score, East Carolina 19, UCF 14. Back at home on Saturday morning, another dominating performance for the cross-country team as they hosted the Knight Attack Challenge. The Knights placed 8 runners in the top 10, led once again by Jamie Rispecki, who finished the 5K in 19 minutes, 29 seconds. She was followed closely by Erica White's Ocean Cohen and Alyssa Franks. Also, Katrina Skinner, Jacqueline Johnson, Kathia Skinner, and Carly Dart helped UCF to a first-place team finish.
The heat in this practice this week has been really rough. We've been trying to train through the meet to get to next week. Next week we have Florida runners next Friday. So it's going to be another hot race at 6 o'clock at night, so we're just trying to prepare for that one.
Yeah, even though I ran a little bit slower, I think I felt stronger. That was pretty good. Yeah. And I think as a team, I don't know, our times might not have been as good, but I think we stepped it up together, and we probably placed maybe ahead of the other teams better than last week's.
Up in Tennessee, the men's soccer team dropped a heartbreaker at Memphis by a final of 3-2. Nick Robeson and Spencer Scott recorded tallies for the Knights in their conference opener. Another big date on the home field for women's soccer as they took on defending conference tournament champion Memphis on Sunday. This was a tough and hard-fought match with UCF out-shooting the Tigers 16-14. Alini Reyes recorded 6 saves and in the process moved into 6th place on UCF's all-time saves list. However, the Tigers picked up a goal late in the first half and the Knights could not cash in late, falling to the Tigers 1-0. It's their second 1-0 loss this season. Meanwhile, volleyball traveled up to Marshall, and again the Knights push a very tough conference team to 5 sets before falling a little bit short. 4 Knights had double-digit kills, led by Erin Campbell with 16. Big news from women's tennis in their season-opening tournament at Gainesville. Jenny Frizzell knocked off the 25th ranked player in the nation, Christy Box of Ole Miss. It marks the highest-ranked player Frizzell has ever defeated in her UCF career. And a solid weekend for women's golf at the Betty Lou Evans Invitational in Kentucky. The Knights finish in second place overall, just 5 strokes back of Florida State. Victoria Tomko finished tied for third at 2 over par, and Elisa Aoki finished tied for 5th. And for more news, scores, and features on all UCF sports, all you've got to do is log on to UCFathletics.com, your online home for UCF sports 24/7. Well, don't go away. Coming up next on UCF Sports Night, she's become Miss Clutch for the UCF women's soccer team. We visit with Courtney Whitten when UCF Sports Night returns. Knight fans, join the volleyball team as they take on UAB and Memphis this week at the venue. More information at 407 UCF 1000 or at UCFathletics.com.
An innovative anthrax vaccine, promising research on cancer, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's, and advanced laser developments. In their search for new answers and better solutions, UCF professors are awarded millions of dollars in research funding each year. Needless to say, we're all quite proud of them. UCF stands for opportunity.
Hey Orlando, it's time to get away with your UCF Knights. You won't want to miss a minute of the action in Bright House Network Stadium this season. Single game tickets are on sale now. Don't be left out. Armor up, Knights fans. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com for your tickets today.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. Courtney Whitten is currently the leading goal scorer for the UCF women's soccer team, but it hasn't just been quantity, it's been quality that's been the mark of Courtney's goal scoring this season. She's come up big in big games, including scoring 2 goals against the number 10 Duke Blue Devils and the game winner in double overtime against the number 4 ranked Florida State Seminoles. Clutch goal scoring is nothing new to Courtney, though. She had 9 game-winning goals in the years prior to this, her senior season at UCF. We get a closer look at Courtney Whitten in our Sports Night Spotlight.
Being a senior and having this be my last year, it's kind of bittersweet. Because one way it's I want to help my younger teammates come up. I want to just be this cool role model for everybody and really help them. And then at the same time, when the season's over, soccer's over for me. And that's kind of hard to deal with. Scoring a goal in double overtime against number 14 in the nation, it's almost hard to believe that it happened because it was just so awesome. That was a huge win. Just because we didn't give up. We're we're going to go out there and we're going to play and we're going to win this game. That was, you saw it from the beginning, the way we were talking in pregame, the way everything. We had so much confidence going in that game, and I don't know, it was awesome.
Courtney brings light to everything. I mean, she's not really a negative thinker. Even in negative situations, she'll always find a way to brighten it up. And especially on the field, I mean, I think a lot of people look up to her. I mean, everybody's oh, Courtney's on the field, she's gonna score.
I thrive under pressure. I love overtime. It might not look like it because I'm so tired, but I love overtime. It's just there's just so much adrenaline that goes with it, and it's just it's exciting because it's so much more fun to win a game in double overtime. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. Like, the celebration's awesome, you know, your whole team just rushes the field and like the crowd, and I don't know, it's fun. I really get into this like zone where it's like we're not tying, we're not losing, you know, we're winning this game. Like a tie is just as bad as a loss sometimes, because a lot of times like we know we should have won that game, and like letting it go as a tie is just disappointing.
Courtney is a player on our team that a lot of people look up to, and especially like forwards on our team like look up to her a lot. I mean, she's a key player on our team, and she's been a key player on our team for the last 4 years.
We're pretty close, especially the ones that have been here for 4 years, like myself, Bree, Yvonne, Nikki, and Becca. Because, you know, we've been through, you know, freshman year together. We've been through all these preseasons, all this, like, you know, ups and downs with the team. And then the ones that, like, have come in over the years, like, you know, we all just kind of joined together, and I think we're all pretty close. We all hang out. We have a good time.
We've been to NCAA 2 times, and we haven't made it to a Sweet 16. I mean, I think that we have so much talent this year, like so much dedication, so much hard work. Like everybody's working so hard at practice, and I think that we can go really far.
I know, like a lot of people said, like our goal is the Sweet 16, but you know, I think we can go beyond that. But if we come to play like we did against Florida State, like, oh my goodness, this team could go so far.
Well, Courtney and the Knights have a long road trip this weekend. They head up to Marshall and East Carolina to face the Thundering Herd and the Pirates. For more information on the UCF women's soccer team, visit UCFathletics.com. Don't go away. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, head baseball coach Terry Rooney stops by to talk about his brand new nationally ranked recruiting class. We've got that and plenty more when we return. Fans join the Knights at their next home football game October 3rd as they take on the Memphis Tigers at 3:30 p.m. at Bright House Network Stadium. More information at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com.
Attendance, people, listen up. Albertson. Here. Barnes. Here. Swain. Here. Reyes. Here. Perez. Here. Clark.
Here.
Gerbich.
Here.
Sellers.
Here.
Nguyen.
Here.
Tomei.
Here.
And Miller. Here.
In our classrooms and throughout our community, UCF stands for opportunity.
Hey, Knight fans, check out all the latest UCF action on UCF Sports Night. Join us as we recap all the highlights of the week from every UCF sport, plus all the features and interviews that take you inside the world of UCF athletics. If it's UCF sports, it's on UCF Sports Night. You can catch UCF Sports Night all season long on UCF TV and also on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. Check your local listings for details.
We are Conference USA. We are coaches, teachers, motivators, and mentors. And our game education is key. Skill is rewarded, and sportsmanship is paramount. We develop strong students and smart athletes.
And every one of us is committed to keeping our game forever great.
Conference USA. 15 years and going strong.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. Joining me now, Terry Rooney, the head baseball coach here at UCF, coming off of the highest ranked recruiting class in UCF school history, number 4 rated by Collegiate Baseball Magazine. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on the recruiting class. Tell me about just the work that went into getting this group of 21 new Knights.
Well, obviously we're extremely excited about this group of players, and it's been a work in progress ever since the early June when I took this position here a little bit over a year ago. And so much of this credit goes to our coaching staff, our recruiting coordinator, Cliff Godwin, assistant coach Jeff Palumbo, and really our entire support staff, right down from our strength coach to our academic advisor. But obviously from a talent standpoint, we're extremely excited. I think what this should show the city of Orlando, the state of Florida, and really the entire country, what this baseball program can become. I mean, to have a top 5 recruiting class in the entire nation shows what UCF has to offer, both athletically and academically, along with the tradition of this baseball program. So without question, I've been telling people for a long time I felt like this is one of the best classes in the country, and we're certainly excited to have them here on campus.
Yeah, I think it also says a lot about the state of Florida as well, because 18 of the 21 new players from the state of Florida. Was that by design?
It certainly was by design. I mean, one of the reasons that attracted me to this job when I took it over a year ago is certainly the talent level in the state of Florida, from a high school standpoint and from a junior college standpoint, from both. Our roster should end up being, it's probably about 70 to 75% Floridians. The talent level is so good here at all levels, like I alluded to. We might need to go out of state to get the shortstop, to get the power arm, those kind of things, and that's what we did this year. The 3 players that we got from out of state were all pitchers. We got a pitcher from a transfer from Oregon State, and he went to junior college in Seattle. We had another right-handed pitcher out of Las Vegas, Nevada, junior college, and then a left-handed pitcher. That's right, a lefty. Yeah. A left-handed pitcher from junior college in the state of Maryland. So that's kind of, we went out of state to get those specialties, some junior college kids that I felt could come in and make an immediate impact for us. But there's no question that the state of Florida is where the majority of our recruiting is going to be and should be.
I was going to ask you a nice segue, by the way, over to the pitchers, because you have of the 21 players rather, 11 of them are pitchers. 4 lefties, which is 4 more than you had on the entire roster last year, so that must make you really happy.
It does make me really happy. I'll tell you, it makes our hitters really happy too, because it gives them an opportunity to see some left-handed pitching, throughout our practices during the entire year. This recruiting class, yes, obviously we have a lot of pitchers. We lost a lot of pitchers. We had quite a bit of turnover from graduation and just, natural matriculation through the baseball program. But we need to get better on pitching. There's no question. I mean, it all starts on the mound. Anybody will tell you that. It doesn't matter if it's professional baseball or college baseball. We have to get better on the mound. And I'm the pitching coach, so I got to get them better. But I feel like we can do that, and I feel like we have done that. We've addressed a lot of our needs. We have a very good combination on the mound of junior college pitchers along with high school pitchers. And we have a wide variety. We have some left-handed pitching that are kind of pitchability kids, I call them, plus change-ups, pretty good arm side run. We've got some projectable right-handed pitchers, kids that are 6'6", 6'7", who could be really good down the road. And then obviously we have some impact junior college guys that have been drafted in the past, and kids that I am really, really anticipating coming in here and playing a big role for us. So in order for us to continue our progression into the national scene, we need to get better on the mound. I feel like we did that.
Position players, I know you also are pretty happy with the 10 guys that you picked up. They have to come in right away and contribute, because you lost 13 players from last season, like you said. Who are you really excited about from that group?
Well, Jeff, I'll tell you, there's certainly going to be ample opportunity for kids to come in and play right away, in both high school and the junior college kids. We'll have a few kids that are going to be able to battle it out in the middle. I think in center field we'll have the opportunity to have a new player also out there. And what I like, though, is we really became a lot more athletic with our recruiting class, and that was a big key for us, to get kids that are multifaceted athletes that can play infield, that can play outfield. We've had some kids with some tremendous speed. We're going to steal some bases, be a lot more aggressive there. And as everybody knows, we have some guys that can drive the ball out of the yard. We signed the leading home run hitter in the state of Florida, junior colleges, 2-time draft. So we've got some kids that can do that. So I think we've got a nice balanced approach to offensively.
Now comes your chance to see these guys actually on the field in black and gold. Tell me what your fall schedule looks like right now.
Our fall schedule is this. On October 1st, we'll begin our official team practice. Under NCAA rules, you have a certain amount of days, but October 1st is our first fall practice. Kind of a typical week for us is we'll scrimmage on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that'll run all the way till about the first week in November. And actually, we have our Black and Gold World Series the first week in November, and it concludes with a Friday night World Series on the Friday before we play Texas in football. So it'll be a good segue to people being able to watch the Texas UCF football game and see us play on Friday night.
All right, it should be fun. Head Coach Terry Rooney, congratulations on the class, and we'll see you when fall ball starts up.
Thank you very much.
All right, stick around. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, we've got plenty more for you, including some news and notes. Don't go away. We're back in a moment. Fan season tickets for UCF men's and women's basketball are available now. More information at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com.
Game
Orlando, it's time to get away with your UCF Knights. You won't want to miss a minute of the action in Bright House Network Stadium this season. Single game tickets are on sale now. Don't be left out. Armor up, Knights fans. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com for your tickets today.
Johnson with a little Ricky Bobby shake and bake.
Hey, Knight fans, check out all the latest UCF action on UCF Sports Night. Join us as we recap all the highlights of the week from every UCF sport, plus all the features and interviews that take you inside the world of UCF athletics. If it's UCF sports, it's on UCF Sports Night. You can catch UCF Sports Night all season long on UCF TV and also on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. Check your local listings for details. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. We'll get to our plays of the week in a moment, but first, let's have a look at some news and notes. News from the football team: senior quarterback Brett Hodges has been named the Bright House Student Athlete of the Week. The transfer from Wake Forest was rock solid in his first start under center as a Knight against Buffalo, going 15 of 20 for 141 yards through the air and adding 71 yards on 13 carries on the ground. So far this season, Hodges has completed 64% of his passes for 428 yards and 3 scores, good enough for a passer rating of 142.7. And this year's track and field schedule is officially out. The Knights host 4 events at the UCF Track and Field Complex this spring, kicking off the outdoor season with the Black and Gold Challenge on March 20th and the UCF Invitational on March 26th and 27th. The Knights then host the UCF Twilight on May 6th, 1 week prior to hosting the 2010 Conference USA Championships, May 14th through 16th. To see the Knights' complete 2010 schedule, including the indoor slate, visit UCFathletics.com. Time now for our Sports Night Plays of the Week. Play number 3, Erin Campbell got her 1,000th kill and 1,000th dig of her career at East Carolina, but it was this block that was her best play of the night. Another solid performance on the road by the senior. Play number 2, cross country on Saturday, and a dominant performance by the Knights with 8 UCF runners in the top 10, including sweeping the top 3 with Jamie Rispecki winning her 2nd consecutive home event. But play number 1 is a double dip for Courtney Whitten of the women's soccer team. She gets not 1, but 2 goals in the first 15 minutes against UAB on Friday. The first on a beautiful header from Becca Thomas, and the second one here from Nicolette Radovcic turned out to be the game winner. Her 3rd game winner of the season so far, and her 5th and 6th goals of the season. And those are your Sports Night Plays of the Week. Lots of action for Knights teams as we look at the week ahead. Things get started Friday with volleyball taking on UAB at the venue at 7 p.m. You can see the match live on UCFathletics.com. Elsewhere, women's soccer travels up to Huntington, West Virginia to face Marshall. That game gets underway at 7 p.m. as well. And also, men's tennis travels up to Tallahassee to take part in the Florida State Invitational. It's a 3-day event going Friday through Sunday. On Saturday, the football team is back in action at home. They face the Memphis Tigers at Bright House Network Stadium. Kickoff is set for 3:30 p.m., and you can see the action live on UCFathletics.com and Bright House Sports Network, and also hear the game on the Knight's flagship station, AM 740, The Game. Also on Saturday, cross country heads out to Titusville for the FLRunners.com Invitational. Sunday is a busy day on campus. It all starts at noon with volleyball as they take on Memphis at the venue. You can see the match live on UCFathletics.com. Then after volleyball, head out to the soccer complex to see the men's team take on South Carolina at 2:30 p.m. That game is also live on UCFathletics.com. Meanwhile, the women's soccer team heads from Huntington to Greenville to face East Carolina. Kickoff there is set for 1 p.m. And women's golf is on the road as well. They head to Macon, Georgia to compete in the Eat a Peach Collegiate. That tournament goes Sunday and Monday. And next Wednesday, the men's soccer team goes down to Miami to face FIU. That game gets underway at 7 p.m. On the air, tune in for the George O'Leary Call-In Show presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Join the coach and Mark Daniels as they talk UCF football every Thursday live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Waterford Lakes. You can hear the show on the Knight's flagship station, 740 The Game, and on UCFathletics.com. Also, tune in to WESH 2 every Sunday at noon for UCF Sports Today with Coach George O'Leary, presented by Holler Classic. Join the coach and Pat Clark for insight, analysis, and in-depth features. Again, Sundays at noon on WESH 2 and also on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. And a reminder, you can catch UCF Sports Night every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on UCF TV. The show also airs on Sun Sports and Bright House Sports Network. Check your local listings for details. And for more information on all UCF sports anytime you want, log on to UCFathletics.com, your online home for UCF sports. And if you want to see this episode one more time, or you want to catch any of our archived episodes of UCF Sports Night, you can anytime you want online. All you have to do is log on to www.ucf.tv. Well, that'll do it for us for this week here on UCF Sports Night. We'll catch you again next week. For all of us here at UCF Athletics and UCF TV, I'm Jeff Sharon saying thanks for watching and go Knights!
Hey, this is LT from 101.1 WJRR. You're listening to the best sounds of area music. UCF Athletics, Access Magazine, and WJRR are proud to support local artists. You can find more great artists by going online at www.wjrr.com and also accessmag.com. And by listening to Native Noise each and every Sunday at 11 o'clock.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV.